I have a confession to make. I've never been great at handling my emotions. In fact, sometimes it feels like the only thing I do well is avoid them altogether. But what if this isn't true? What if there were a way for me to learn how to feel better, and maybe even enjoy doing so? Maybe it was. Maybe you did something wrong. Maybe you were involved in a bad situation. Maybe it's just bad luck that happened to you and it wasn't your fault. Maybe someone else was responsible for what happened, but the person who caused it doesn't care about the consequences for their actions or doesn't give a damn about anything but getting what they want without any regard for anyone else's feelings or satisfaction of justice being served. Maybe you just made a mistake and the consequences were unavoidable. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and that's just how life is sometimes. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe your friend, coworker, or family member who hurt you had a mental illness or addiction that they didn't know how to deal with. Maybe they were pressured into doing something they didn't want to do by someone else, a parent. Maybe they were in a bad mood and took it out on you because of that. Maybe there isn't anything you can do about it now, and maybe there isn't anything anyone can do about it either. Maybe you don't believe this. You may feel like this is the first time you've ever heard of these words. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's not your fault, but maybe it is, and there's nothing we can do about that now anyway because we don't know how much time we have left, or even if. Maybe right now, in this moment, isn't the best time to try to think positively, but maybe later on down the road when things get worse again and everything feels hopeless again, maybe then we'll feel differently. Maybe you do believe this. Maybe you do believe this. Maybe you believe that it wasn't your fault. Maybe you feel like you did everything right, and maybe there are lots of people who could have done better than you did. It's not uncommon to feel like a failure after an event like this, but it's important to remember that even the best of us can make mistakes, and everyone makes mistakes sometimes. You may have tried your best, but if someone is hurt or killed because they trusted themselves with something dangerous, then no matter how hard we try as individuals or as a society at large, or even if we don't, someone somewhere will always be affected negatively by our actions and decisions. That doesn't make them any less human than anyone else. Instead of blaming yourself for what happened next door or across town, or whatever distance separates us from each other, take comfort in knowing that even though things didn't turn out exactly how we hoped they would go down IRL, you can take comfort in the fact that you tried your best and you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. You are not alone. You may have felt like you had no one to talk to when